Healthy Scratch Red Wings Report, presented by 5v5hockey.com.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Healthy Scratch Red Wings Report. It's Bushy with you once again. It's trade deadline day, and the Red Wings have made a move. It's like 1 o'clock, and nothing has been really happening on the Red Wings front, but minor trade. But I'm going to try and look at this and go, what could it mean? So Klim Kostin just got traded to the San Jose Sharks, and in return, the Red Wings picked up Radek Simek, who's a 31-year-old kind of journeyman defenseman. He has been assigned to Grand Rapids, so he's going to be in the minors. And they also got a 7th-round pick this year. So very minor move, but what does this signify? Because Klim Kostin was making $2 million, and he was also going to be making $2 million next year. He's been really not effective. I know that some fans really fell in love with him just because he's tough, but he really hasn't done anything. He's regressed since he was in Edmonton last year. And he had 11 goals and 10 assists last year. He has almost nothing this year. And I know he's had a couple fights. That's fine. But moving him on, getting that $2 million back and getting a roster spot is actually kind of a good thing right now. Does Yzerman have something else cooking? Because there is a report saying that Jonathan Berggren's being called up. So getting him called up, moving on from Kostin, you still have your 23. There is no roster limit after the deadline. So as long as they're under the cap, they can call up as many players as they want, which means, hey, we can call up Edvinsson if we really wanted to, but Simek is just going to be in the minors. I mean, if you want him as a 7th D, fine, but we already have 7 defensemen. We still have Justin Hall hanging out as a healthy scratch. So very minor deal, but it does clear up $2 million. So a little more cap space, and especially for next year as well. So I think it was more of a, hey, let's move on. We'll go a different way, but also signifying, hey, there's a roster spot maybe for Jonathan Berggren to come in. And at this point, with some of the players that are left over, the forward market right now is incredibly low. It's a buyer's market. Jason Zucker just got traded for a 6th-round pick. So, if you really wanted to go and get a forward, I'm sure that Yzerman could do that. Although, the defense market, a little bit stagnant right now. There's only a few guys left, and it's like Matt Dumba, guys that I'm not really, amped to go after. So I'm looking more now at, hey, can Yzerman move a guy like Justin Hall? It might be really tough to do that, but just, again, to get rid of that contract would be the best thing for the Wings right now. A lot of the rentals, or, even if they are cheap, I don't know if they're going to be as good as, Jonathan Berggren coming up. That's who I would rather have in the lineup anyway to see if he has a future with the team, and I hope he does, but there's not really a big fish out there. So we're really going to see what's going to happen the rest of the day. We got a couple more hours until the deadline. What do you guys think is going to happen? Because this trade, I don't know if it really signifies anything. It might just be getting Kostin a change of scenery and saving on the cap space, getting Berggren a roster spot. Will they move out a defenseman? That's kind of the main thing, is I'm wondering if they'll do that. Or are they going to pick up somebody minor or something that, can give them a little bit more depth, which they already have, but to help them out when Larkin has been out. They play Arizona tonight. Hopefully we got a W. It feels like a must win because there are some teams that are nipping at our heels. What I'll say is Philadelphia, they have an absolute gauntlet to run through, so I'm hoping that they kind of fall down the standings, because even if the Islanders keep winning, as long as we pass the Flyers, we'll be good. We've got 2 games on Tampa, and the Lightning really haven't done anything yet in the trade deadline that much. They picked up Anthony Duclair, which is, in my opinion, kind of a minor move. But I think the Wings are still at a point where I'm not really sure. Yzerman is an enigma to me. He might pop off and do an Anthony Mantha type trade, or a Filip Hronek, things we never saw coming. He'll do it if the price is right. So if there's any more moves, we'll get right back at it. But until then, it's just a waiting game.